This is Mark Bell from supertraining.tv, Super Training Gym, the strongest gym in the West. We got some deadlifts for you here. This is Brian, who's a trainer at Midtown Strength and Conditioning here in Sacramento, which is on the other side of the wall from Super Training Gym, the strongest gym in the West. I'm utilizing a slightly different technique on this day. Nothing too major, but it's just kind of working on some different things with head positioning. Just kind of notice, as you see Brian here, kicking out that chin as he's going to pull that weight. And you want to try to stabilize that neck. You want to try to stabilize, much better job there. Stabilize that neck, stabilize that back. Taco Truck likes to kind of throw his head back as he's going. That's a nice way to ensure a good strong lockout. See, with me here, I'm trying to basically jump and just throw everything back as I'm pulling. My head may have been down too much on this entire day, but it's just something I was working on. As I tell you guys all the time, don't be afraid to try new things, especially if you're not happy with your current situation, your current lifting, which I never am. Never happy, never satisfied. Always want to do better. And so that's why you want to try some new stuff. But see, if you look at anything other than my head, basically just my legs are moving and my hips are just driving forward. And that's what you want to try to turn these deadlifts into. A one-part lift, you want to try to turn it into a hip movement, not have it be such a lower back movement. Been having a lot of requests lately to go over conventional pulling, and I will, but we just do not have anyone around that's real solid with conventional pulling. We did have Mike Tashir come in at one point, at one time, but that was one time, and there's video of that on supertraining.tv. You can check that out. We've also, we used to have Stan Efferding, who is a tremendous raw puller, tremendously strong raw conventional puller, but Stan's deadlifts, especially his big deadlifts, were all based off of form. He'd be the first one to tell you that. Obviously, immensely based off of his just brute strength, but a lot of his most successful deadlifts were done when he just nailed it just right, when he had it just the right angles and just the right body position. There's Taco Truck hitting up some pulls. Here's my chubby little self. So by having the head down, it kind of allows me to get my shoulders back more behind the barbell, and I'm trying to actually get my face back behind the bar more too, my giant fat face. But that's going to come with more practice, I think. A lot of times you see people stick their chin out, and then their neck will get long, and they'll kind of create this weird rounding of the upper back, and then it becomes a two-part lift where they kind of good morning it, then they're trying to get their hips through. So I guess basically, sometimes when people's heads are up too high, it ends up setting their hips too far away from the barbell, and they get in these kind of funky, overextended positions that we talk about a lot. So here I go again, my chubby body. See, again, it's just a real gradual pull. It's not a yank, just trying to pull that weight. Taco Truck locking on another strong one. And now I started to add some gear, because that's really all that matters for me, is what I pull in my gear. What I pull raw is kind of insignificant. While I do like to try to improve that, make it better, that's not really what the focus is. Focus is on totaling 2,700. So in order to total 2,700, I'm going to have to know and understand each piece of my equipment. Like I'm going to have to know that like the back of my hand. You can see that pull was a little bit off. First pull in brief, so that's to be expected. A lot of times your first pull in some gear is going to be a little bit off, even if you've been in it a million times. So now here I go with my super tight Rogue shirt, but here I go now with full gear straps up. You can see I'm a little rounded there, but I don't think I can ask for too much better for myself. And on this one, I already realized on the last one I rounded, so this one I try to tighten up a little bit more. It ends up being better. I had a real good snap to it. All these weights felt really good on this day. So here I go now. I think this is about 555 or maybe a little bit less, around 500 pounds or so, and some band. And you see it's just moving just the right way. You know, it should look like that. It should look effortless. 700 should look effortless too. The goal for me is to get to about 810, 830 within the next 2 meets. So, got to meet May 27th. It'd be nice to pull around 810 or so. That one was done real well, and you can see again it was a pull, it was a gradual pull. It wasn't a yank. There was no yanking of the barbell. It was a pull. And that is it from supertraining.tv.